Back in September 2024, Nick said him and Malena broke up.
I guess I'll just say it officially then, but yeah, me and Malena broke up. We split up.
This came as no surprise to fans as she had been off camera for the majority of 2024. He even put out a tweet stating, "Malena and I are wrapping up this chapter in our lives. We've decided to end our relationship. We have different goals and pursuing them means going our separate ways. Thank you so much to the followers and others who have supported us as a team. You're in our hearts as we start our new chapters." I think it's pretty safe to say their friends in the know like Soda Poppin knew that it was over way before it was announced.
Did I know? I knew things were f***ed. I think everyone kind of knew things were pretty I didn't know it was gonna full on end.
Truthfully, I think it was over when she left to take care of her mom.
The TLDR is Malena's mom is sick again. So her mom had surgery and it went well. So she's in the recovery phase and Malena's down there helping her out.
And Nick announced her retirement.
Yeah, and so Malena decided to retire.
What Nick likely should have announced was that he needed to file for divorce, but Malena beat him to it. That's right. Unless you were in the in crowd, chances are you suspected they were married, considering she was from Norway, but never got confirmation. According to court documents, they have been married going on 10 years. Based on what she filed, it does not look like it's going to be an amicable divorce, and Nick has millions at stake because there is no prenup. And he even responded with a counter-petition on February 3rd, 2025. Hi, I'm HenryResilient, and I cover court documents of your favorite streamers, and today we'll be looking at the petition of Malena filing for divorce from NMPLOL, as well as his counter-petition, and try to figure out how much it's going to cost him to end this marriage with Malena. I think their long-term viewers knew Malena may have been homesick, and every now and then it would come out while they were streaming.
I'm tired of waking up in a mansion that's not mine. I'm tired of waking up in a country that's not mine. I'm tired of streaming on a channel that's not mine. I'm tired of driving a car that's not mine.
You're being really selfish. Stop saying the word mine.
I'm tired of being around a family that's not mine.
Going back a bit further, they would break character, like when Malena did not want to say she loved him.
You know what's crazy, Malena? I'm falling more in love with you every day.
Thanks, bro.
Ouch.
Why are you saying these things on stream?
As of lately, Nick has been getting upset about his public Discord messages being made public on X, going back and forth with X.com user Yeet. I think this is specifically because he says in his Discord that Is Catchy is his girlfriend. Going public with a girlfriend mid-divorce will likely cost him in the end.
Hear me out. I don't agree with this, and I would never do it because I think it's wrong, and what Elon did was wrong. But if you wanted to farm Twitter, you can go in front of Trump Tower, do a certain gesture, you probably get 34,000 likes. I would never do that.
I'm
That's
German.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I'm technically kind of doing it.
I wouldn't do that.
A few moments later.
You hold it, yeah, good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so it doesn't go down your
Yo, bro.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
So let's look at her petition for divorce. She filed on January 16th, 2025. Discovery is pretty standard as Nick is ordered not to destroy, conceal, or alter any evidence pertaining to any tangible documents. In other words, do not start selling everything off or emptying bank accounts and devaluing property. She would like a real judge, not an associate judge. She has been a resident of Texas, all pretty much standard stuff. She then lists the house they own to serve Nick, emphasis on they, because the house was purchased for $743,000, which today it has a value of $1.1 million according to Zillow. I'll explain later why it's technically half her house. As far as the length of the marriage, they were married from September 25th, 2015, when she was 19 and he was 24. Way too young to get married. You know, people who get married at that age, you know, back in the day when my grandmother was around, they would still stay married. But now, the person that they are today, 10 years later, they are not the same person. Imagine if you had to get married fresh out of high school. Now, when it comes to divorce, Texas does divorce differently than most states, as they do not acknowledge a separation date. In other words, in Texas, you are married until you are divorced.
California, everything acquired after the date of separation is separate. This is really important because in other states, things aren't separate until there's a divorce judgment entered. Take years before a divorce judgment is entered. My longest case lasted 13 years. Here in California, you can be separated, buy a Powerball lottery ticket, win $100 million, and it's all yours. In Texas, where they don't recognize date of separation, you got to split that ticket.
The kicker is the longer it takes to settle the divorce, the bigger the payout for her. Interestingly, she cites the ground for the divorce as being that the marriage has become insupportable because of discord or conflict of personalities that destroys the legitimate end of their marriage, relationship, and prevents any reasonable expectation of reconciliation. This is a fancy way of saying irreconcilable differences. They are done likely for life. But here's a bonus. The division of community property, she is requesting that the courts divide the estate, meaning that there is absolutely no prenuptial agreement.
Gotcha, bitch.
Texas is one of the few community property states, meaning everything that was acquired during the marriage, each partner owns. This is going to be crucial for ownership in OTK, potentially Starforge Systems, along with any and all other property and investments Nick may have, especially his cars and the house. She thought, the house she didn't own. She thought she was driving a car she didn't own. But I am sure her lawyer has explained to her by now that even if she's not on the title or the deed, the house, she indeed owns it. Now, how much ownership will be up for a judge to decide unless they can come to an agreement. Now, let's move on to Nick's response to the divorce. Initially, he generally denied everything, which was a little bit weird, and requested that she get absolutely nothing. Do not worry, his counter petition addressed the divorce properly. It may could be a Texas thing that he denied everything. His preservation of evidence is way more specific, and he wants her not to destroy anything she has stored on her computer, work computer, storage devices, or cell phone. You have to keep in mind, she was his editor, so she has access to archive content and likely even unreleased content. He agrees with her date of marriage, and I wonder who was there, if there were any pictures, or did they just go to the courthouse to get married? She is not pregnant, so there will be no child support. I wonder why they never had a kid, considering they've been together for 10 years.
She's back, guys, and she's not pregnant like everyone said.
When it comes to the division of community property, he is hopeful that they will come to some type of settlement, and he would like the courts to divide their estate according to their agreement. She will 100% run his pockets, considering they have been separated for the last year and no settlement has been reached, likely indicating that whatever offer he made, if he made one at all, was not up to her approval, or maybe her lawyer's approval. Calculating Nick's settlement. Because it's close to the 10-year mark, signifying a long-term marriage in the state of Texas, she is legally going to be entitled to $5,000 a month in spousal maintenance for a total of 5 years, which ends up coming about to be $300,000 in just spousal support or spousal maintenance. The house, being worth $1.1 million, will net her about $550,000. So now we're at $800,000, and we haven't even gotten to OTK. No doubt OTK is worth millions. I'm not sure how much, but for comparison's sakes, AMP is valued at $150 million.
What's the number? If you think it was worth an estimate right now, what would you say the value of AMP is today?
I would say 150 million.
Now, Nick is not so I imagine he owns a nice percentage, not a biggest percentage as some of the founding members, but substantial enough. OTK will 100% be audited and evaluate to properly inform her how much Nick's or their stake in OTK is actually worth. He will have to divulge that to her lawyer. Now, let this be a learning lesson for all you. If you're going into business with a partner, should they get married, make them have a prenup excluding the business from being considered community property, or in the event they don't want to get a prenup before they are married, buy them out. If they're already married coming into the business and they don't have a prenup, you need to make sure they get a postnup coming into the business married. It will save your company a much needed headache of having a forensic accountant go through your books with a fine-tooth comb. I understand Nick may not like me or care for my content.
Flashback.
When's Henry coming to a cooking stream? Who's Henry? Oh, you're talking about the guy who watched the clip?
First of all, do you think they'll let me in OTK?
Nope.
Never. I'm not a fan of those type of people.
Let me tell you something funny
and I'm not talking about
me recently. I'll donate twice due to
I've already talked about how I feel about people who do stuff like that.
End of flashback.
But from one divorced man to another, I truly hope this process goes smooth for him, because he seems like a okay guy despite his fragility shining through anytime he's criticized or getting exposed on the internet.
Mods are now coming forward with evidence of Miskiff pressuring Mods with his friends NMP, where NMP even threatened Amal that he got connections to the FBI. Open the door! Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom.
If she goes for every penny she can get, this will be his true red pill moment. I have faith that, he's going to give her a fair offer that she can't refuse. Now, keep in mind, it should come with an NDA, because last thing you want to do is for her to get the money and then start telling secrets. From the outside looking in, I think we all can agree that Malena was a huge part of Nick Palome's success on Twitch, as she was there for, I would say, 90% of the content, if not more, along with doing some of the back end editing. I do truly hope, you know, he offers her something that's fair, you know, but then again, you know, what's fair to him and what's fair to her could be something totally different, but I don't want to see him turn out to be like me on the dark side. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'll see you in the next court update. Peace.